What's up, guys? It's LetTheSparksFly22 here, and this is an OU battle against a friend of mine, Eric. And we've never battled before, and he just kind of decided he wanted to battle me. So today I messaged him and said, let's battle, and here it is. So very obviously, he's running a Sandstorm team. Nothing on his team is affected by Sandstorm, and I see Terrakion, which I feel might be possibly a threat to me. But anyway, I'm predicting his lead with Tyranitar to set up the Sandstorm right away. So I'll go with my Mind Shell lead, and yeah, let's get rolling. So I send in my Mind Shao now, and he's going to lead with his Tyranitar, as I predicted. And I'm thinking he might want to stay in on a predicted fake out, just so he doesn't have to switch into something to take it. And he can take it pretty well, so I just straight up go for a high jump kick. But he doesn't want to stay in, he fears it right away. So he switches out. Or maybe he was predicting a fake out, actually, because he was going for the Iron Barbs. This is kind of a long battle, so I kind of forgot. But yeah, I one-hit KO that Ferrothorn with high jump kick, take it out right away. That was nice for me because that means it's not going to be setting up spikes constantly. But then again, it means my Torkoal doesn't get to come in as often because Ferrothorn is basically what Torkoal comes in on. So yeah, now he sends in his Alakazam, which I know is going to do some damage to me, and I know Eric's pretty good. So I'm predicting he might go for a Focus Blast here, so I don't go to Umbreon like I normally would. I go to Milotic as I remember that it can pretty much take pretty much all Alakazams there are, actually. So yeah, I bring him in, and I'm going to go for a Confuse Ray right away, but he does not want to stay in on that one bit. He thinks I'm going to go for a Scald and wants that special attack raise. So I go for the Confuse Ray, and now seeing that he doesn't get the special attack raise, he's probably going to want to Toxic me, so I decide I can go to Umbreon, take the Toxic, get the Synchronize, that'll help out with Gastrodon. He'll want to bring out Terrakion, to get the close combat or something. So instead of Heal Belling, I'll Wish, and then I'll go to Torkoal, and I'll be able to Yawn, set up Stealth Rock, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's my plan, and he goes for the Toxic, so far everything is going good. And like I said, normally I'd probably Heal Bell here, but I know Terrakion can do some pretty massive damage, so instead I'm going to Wish and just let my Umbreon be poisoned for now. So yeah, get my lefties back, and he's going to switch out now, as predicted. It's going so slow. Okay, so now in comes his Terrakion like I predicted, and yeah, it's shiny. But anyway, I go for the Wish, go right on out to Torkoal now, and I'm expecting him to, close combat, or I don't think he'll Stone Edge, but, I'm expecting a close combat right now for the super effective, massive damage, but he doesn't do that, so that was kind of disappointing for me. I mean, I'm not too worried about going in on a Tyranitar with Torkoal, but anyway, so yeah, that the plan was all going according to everything was going according to plan, except for until now, and he gets up his Stealth Rock, which is kind of predictable, is what I was predicting. So I go for a Yawn, and that's gonna force his switch out, and that's nice, but that means if he does switch out, I'm only going to be able to Rapid Spin. I know he doesn't have a spinner, so I'm thinking about going for Stealth Rock instead of Rapid Spin, but not really sure what I want to do here. And I eventually decided I want Rapid Spin because I'm going to be switching a whole lot, and I'll be able to bring in Torkoal later. And in comes Gliscor, and I'm thinking he might want to Earthquake. I don't know what this Gliscor does. Gliscor is a pretty versatile Pokemon, so I don't know. I'm kind of thinking he might Swords Dance, and he does. And I was kind of thinking, you know what, that kind of sucks. But then again, I'm thinking, I was expecting it, and I can definitely handle it anyway. So he just kind of got at +1 for free there. And now I'm just going to go right on out to my Skarmory, and I'm thinking he's going to predict that and go for Ice Fang. I know Gliscors like to carry Ice Fang. And I'm kind of worried about how much I'll be taking with Skarmory, but it's nothing at all. I don't know its freeze rate. I think it's like a 10% chance to freeze. I don't know, but he keeps going for the Ice Fang again, which kind of shows he's going for the freeze. which kind of scares me because I don't know how good Melodic will be able to take this, and that's my only other counter to this Gliscor. So I'm kind of scared. So and I just settle with one layer of spikes and go for the whirlwind. But he gets the flinch this time. So now I'm really starting to get scared. I'm like, oh, come on. He goes for the Ice Fang again. And I get off my whirlwind. So yeah, that was definitely kind of scaring me. And in comes Terrakion, which, you know, I was kind of expecting to close combat me. I know that would do a pretty massive amount of damage, probably almost KO me from here. And I was thinking I'm ready to sack Skarmory right now and go for the Brave Bird. He goes for Stone Edge, which is really weird. I know Stone Edge isn't going to be doing like anything to me, and Brave Bird does enough, does a pretty good amount of damage. So yeah, now that I see that he's going to go for the Stone Edge, and I mean, it's most likely that he's Choice Scarf. That's pretty much what all Terrakions are. So I know he's probably going to have to go for that again, and I'm just going to roost. So it's a good thing his first Stone Edge missed, because he would have 2-hit KO'd there, which would have been salty. But I'm just kind of looking back on that right now, seeing that. So yeah, I'm going to get back up to some good health, and I'm going to put up another layer of spikes now, expecting his switch. And in comes Tyranitar, which was really weird. I was, for some reason in my head, I had it that this was a physical Tyranitar. So I wasn't sure why I was switching in, but I was like, he's either going to be going for Stealth Rock, or he's going to be going for the Fire Blast. Either way, Torkoal can take it and, you know, return fire. So that's what I went to. I went to Torkoal, even though he's not a special wall. So yeah, he takes it pretty well because of his typing, you know, resisting that Fire Blast. Not bad at all. Going to take some Sandstorm, and I'm going to yawn again. But of course he is going to predict this, and he's going to go right on out to Gliscor. So that was a good plan. His part, I kept forgetting about Gliscor. It's really, really annoying. Like, Gliscor isn't really all that hard for me ever to take out, but it's always just really annoying. So yeah, I had up a layer of spikes and Stealth Rock. I was planning on getting my infinite phasing with Yawn, but of course Gliscor spoils that. So I'm going to be forced to switch out to mix things up. This time I go to Melodic, thinking he might go for an Ice Fang or something, I don't know. But he goes for a Swords Dance again, so it's whatever, I guess. And I'm thinking, you know what, I might want to Haze. I might want to Scald. I don't think Scald will KO from here. And eventually I decided to go with Confuse Ray, just because if I was going to be able to successfully Haze and recover, then I could probably successfully Confuse Ray and recover, and then I might get a few free extra turns in there as well. So this turn I go for a Confuse Ray again, and his Earthquake, nice amount of damage. That means this Melodic is going to be able to pretty much reliably counter this Gliscor every time. Not a problem at all. So, yeah. I'm not sure if he's going to want to stay in, go for another Swords Dance, what. So this turn I just go for another Recover. I'm kind of half expecting him to switch out. So I go for Recover now just because I want to keep my Melodic at full health just in case I do have to switch him in on the Gliscor again. So yeah, that's what I do. And I know he's probably really wants my Melodic Toxic all that bad. I'm not really worried about that. I plan on going to Umbreon as soon as I'm done with Melodic here anyway, if he's going to keep Gastrodon in to Heal Bell. So, not a problem if I get Toxic at all. He's just kind of wasting his own Toxic turns right now. He's going to be hurting himself. Eventually he's going to have to recover. So, I go for a Confuse Ray. Or no, I just switch right on out to Mind Shell, because I know that if he does Toxic, I can easily take it with Mind Shell, not a problem at all. Regenerator, it wouldn't really affect this Mind Shell at all the whole battle. So, yeah, sorry about that. I do go to Mind Shell there. And I go straight up for a high jump kick, I believe, this turn as well. Or actually, I think I might have gone for a U-turn. Or, I really don't remember. I think I just went for a high jump kick, honestly. Or Fake Out. It was Fake Out this time, because I was thinking I could fake him out, fake him out and, get the toxic going an extra turn and maybe force a switch or something. But I kind of knew he'd probably want to switch there anyway, so that was kind of a stupid plan on my part to fake out. But I knew if he did go to Glisor, which is like the only thing on his team that can stop me right now, that I could just U-turn out very easily. So I go right on out, and I go to my Melodic now, as I know I can reliably counter this Glisor with it. And this turn he goes for an Earthquake, but I was not looking at the screen at this moment, and I was watching Netflix, actually, so I wasn't sure what he did. My guess was a Swords Dance. Just looking at that damage, I kind of thought I had that damage left over from last time, so I thought he went for a Swords Dance. So right here I go for a Haze, and he switches out anyway, so that doesn't matter. And yeah, so useless turn was useless, and it gave him a free switch in, which was kind of sucky, not all that bad. It pretty much just, I know he can't do anything to me. It pretty much just means he's just going to get Stealth Rock up. Not a big deal at all. So I go for the Confuse Ray, and this Melodic pretty much stays defensive until it has to strike. So I go for the Confuse Ray first, pretty much always. He goes for the Crunch, maybe looking for the Defense Fall. Not a problem if he does. I'll just haze that right on off. So yeah, looking at where I'm at right now, that means I'm going to want to recover. And then after that, I'm going to want to Scald. But then I was kind of thinking, you know what? Maybe, this turn I'm at such high health, and he can't do anything to me. He might want to switch. And this turn he goes for a Stealth Rock, I believe. Yeah, Stealth Rock. So it pretty much confirms that, like, he's pretty much done his job of being in, and now he just wants to get out of there. And that's what I'm thinking his mindset is. So I want to go for a Confuse Ray now, even though I was kind of hoping I could finally get off the Scald. But I get distracted, and I'm thinking still, when I get back to the game, I'm still kind of thinking I want to go Scald. So I accidentally Scald here when I meant to Confuse Ray. It's not that big of a deal, though, in the long run, because I can just haze that off, and this Gastrodon can't touch me at all. So I was kind of thinking about going right back on out to Mind Shout, honestly, but I was kind of figured first turn it's probably going to attack with that special attack raise just to see how much he actually is doing. So I was like, yeah, let's do this. Let's haze. And he goes for the Earth Power. Not a big deal at all. Does like nothing. And yeah, not a problem. So I'm kind of wanting to switch out to Umbreon and maybe get off a Heal Bell. I'm thinking if Terrakion comes in, I can still take him with Skarmory with the health he's at right now. So this turn I just go for Confuse Ray, stalling things out. And he recovers again, which is kind of weird. He was like recovering at like the weirdest of times. But that kind of told me that he wants to switch out. Because Toxic's been building up for a while now, and he just kind of wanted to get up to good HP for next time he comes in. So that's kind of my mindset, like what I think he's thinking. So I switch on out to Umbreon anyway. I'm hoping he's going to want to stay in. And he stays in. And he hurts himself in Confusion, which is great. So it was really good that he stayed in that turn. And, I'm thinking about going for Heal Bell because I really need to get this poison off my Umbreon. But he really isn't doing a whole lot for my team this match anyway. He just hasn't had a whole lot of opportunities to come in, which is really, really, really rare for Umbreon. Normally Umbreon gets to come in all the time. But anyway, I know he's going to switch now, and I'm thinking he's probably going to go to his Terrakion, but he does not. He goes to his Glisor, which I know can set up. And I know he can't really do anything to me this turn. I know his Earthquake can't even KO me from there because Umbreon is so naturally bulky. But I'm kind of, I don't know. I probably should have definitely gone for Heal Bell here. But I guess I was just kind of afraid, I don't know, of this Glisor for no reason. Afraid it might set up Swords Dances even though Skarmory can take him. So yeah, I bring Skarmory back in now, and I decide I wanted to risk it, go for another layer of spikes, risk the freeze hacks, And then so one layer, and I'm like, you know what, that's it. I don't want to get frozen at all. So now I'm gonna go whirlwind again, and that's pretty much the pattern I stick with. So I'm able to take 2 ice fangs without getting frozen. That was nice. I was really worried about that. In comes his Gastrodon, and I almost stayed in. I know he can't Toxic me. The only thing he can do is Surf or Scald. Probably Scald is what he has, and I can probably even take one of those, but there's really no point in staying with Skarmory. Better to keep him at full health right now. I don't know if I actually have 2 or 3 layers of spikes up right now. I think it's just 2. But, yeah, no point in going for the 3rd layer of spikes now when I might need Skarmory later. Which is kind of weird because in the beginning my mindset was kind of like, let's let Skarmory go for this Terrakion. But, yeah. Anyway, go to Umbreon now. And it's going to recover, which was perfect. And I should have wished here. I was thinking he might switch out. And, I don't know, whatever. But even if he would have, I probably should have just Wish Protected at this point anyway. But I really wanted to get this poison off, and in my mind, I was kind of ridiculously thinking that Heal Bell, Wish Protect would be the better order instead of Wish Protect, Heal Bell, or Wish Protect, Wish Heal Bell. But yeah, so I go for Heal Bell now. Bad move. I know I could take 2 Earth Powers, but unfortunately there's Sandstorm. So I'm not going to be able to take 2 Earth Powers. And that's going to leave me at 71 HP. And I wasn't sure. I know sometimes Leftovers gives you a little bit more than Sandstorm, like on some Pokemon. And I wasn't sure if I was getting a little bit more than Sandstorm or not. So I Protect again. I'm looking, I see I have 71 HP, so I Protect. You know, just this turn, hoping I could get something out of it. And takes me down to 47. Back up to 71, and that's kind of salty. It means that I'm just going to have to hope I can live an Earth Power from here and, you know, return with the Protect and get back up there. So, I wish, and the moment of truth, I'm pretty much like, you know what, I'm not going to take it. I do live, though. It's not surprising I live. I mean, 8 HP, not surprising at all. But, of course, Sandstorm takes me out. And I was kind of willing to do that anyway, though, just because I know that Toxic's going to take him down really low, and that means he's going to have to recover or switch out. If he switches out, he's going to die with Stealth Rock and Spikes up. So I go to Mind Shell, which I know can probably one-hit KO with U-turn here. So I do that, and now I'm going to go to Jolteon. And most Jolteons, I'm pretty sure he knows I'm Spect. So most Jolteons that are Spect have Hidden Power Ice, but I rarely ever carry Hidden Power Ice. So I'm pretty much sure he's not going to want to send in Gliscor, which is nice. So yeah, I get that wish back, by the way, to get me up to full health. But he sends in his Alakazam, and I was like, Scarfed? Is it really Scarfed? I was like, I don't care. Jolteon's not doing anything for me this match anyway, so I'm going to go for it. And then I was like, no, he's not Scarfed. And I was like, wait, Sash. I totally forgot that it's probably Sashed. Of course, nope, it's not Sashed either. So, he wasn't really thinking that play. He was kind of out of the game, you know, like I was earlier. So now in comes Gliscor, and like I said, Jolteon, I mean, I was willing to sack it one Pokemon ago. I really have no need for this thing right now, as my team can pretty much take the rest of his team. So it goes for Swords Dance, as was expected. And I know Malactic can, like when I'm thinking this through, he's probably going to Protect this turn, and then he's going to have to Earthquake next turn if he wants to live. And that means Malactic's going to be able to finish him off. So I know he's not going to get up to +4. He's going to be stuck at +2. So that's fine with me. You know, losing Jolteon in order to take out Gliscor is a win in my book, for this battle anyway, because Gliscor is the only thing left on his team that could potentially really threaten me all that bad. So yeah, I kind of was like, hey, you know what, it'd be salty if I got special defense drops last turn, but of course, you know, that's just hacks anyway, so nobody likes hacks. Which, this was pretty much a hacks-free battle. I know I got a crit with Rapid Spin once, and I got, I don't know, I mean, I think he hurt himself in confusion like 2 or 3 times, but that's pretty much expected. I don't know. But anyway, I scored. I think there was one other hacks that was in my favor, but it wasn't really big at all. So yeah, other than confuse, a crit with rapid spin, and some other minor thing that I don't even remember, this was really a hacks-free battle, which was nice because hacks-free battles are always nice. But anyway, yeah, I take out his Glissorn now with Scald, and not going to be able to live with very much health, and in comes Terrakion, which was definitely expected. But I don't know. It's really whatever right now, I guess. Just sack him because Melodic pretty much did its job. No point in really trying to keep it alive. It'll probably die on Stealth Rock entry anyway, so no point in keeping it as fodder. Anyway, I go to Mineshadow now, and I know he's stuck on Stone Edge, so Skarmory can take him. I don't know if Fake Out will KO or not. I was hoping it would, but, I was definitely ready to face the consequences if it wouldn't, so it didn't. So I definitely know that I'm going to have to switch to Skarmory now. No big deal at all. And, yeah, so I send in Skarmory. And he's going to go for the Stone Edge. No biggie at all. And I'm just going to roost that off. And I was like, you know what? I think this has been in the chat, because I was kind of talking to him some. I was like, I think this has been a hacks-free battle. Crit-free this whole time. And he's like, yeah, so far. And I was like, if this Stone Edge crits right now, I'm going to be so mad. But it wouldn't have been that big of a deal anyway, because I could just Fake Out Revenge. I know Fake Out would KO from there, and then I could just high jump kick his Terrakion. But, anyway, doesn't matter anyway. None of that was really relevant, because I did live, and it was not a crit. So, yeah. He's going to go for Stone Edge again, and I'm just going to roost. I'm kind of thinking of being a jerk and, just roost stalling out the rest of his Stone Edges just because I'm mean like that. But I was like, how many Stone Edges do you have left? And I was like, 4 or something. I'm not counting. I would have counted if it was on PO or something, but it was not. And so then I was like, you know what? It's not worth the time anyway. I'm just going to Whirlwind and be mean that way, even though Whirlwind would not be the move in my favor, because then he just gets fodder. Instead, I could just Brave Bird and he wouldn't have fodder. So he does mention that he only had 2 Stone Edge left, and I was like, oh, cool, I definitely could have stalled that out. But yeah, in comes his Tyranitar. I know he's going to Fire Blast. If he doesn't, I know Torkoal can take a hit anyway, so no biggie. And, of course, that Whirlwind stunt costed me my Torkoal this match, so it was only a 2-0, but, I wasn't really worried about it. So, yeah, I go for Torkoal now. I know he's going to be able to, yawn or something, and he's probably going to switch out to his fodder on the yawn, but I'm not really worried about it. So, yeah, he gets the Fire Blast. Does a little bit more than I remembered it doing, but it's whatever. I know I can take another Fire Blast and just return with a yawn. Not sure what I'd want to do from there, though, just let Torkoal die or switch, and I guess I kind of decided it'd be best to let Torkoal die. But he goes for a crunch as I go for a yawn, and I'm like, yep, he's probably going to switch out now, and that will get rid of my, well, one is yawn, and it'll get rid of his fodder as well. And so I was like, yep, he's definitely going to switch, but it didn't even occur to me that I could just go to Mineshadow right now, even though I was so confident in that he would do that. But I knew he'd do it, but I just didn't think about going to Mineshadow, so I don't know. I just kind of yawned again or something just because I figured he'd switch and maybe I could hit a yawn off or something. I knew I'd fail, but I just kind of went for it just because I knew there was nothing I could do. So yeah, he did switch, and I could have gone to Mineshadow. Could have been a 3-0 still, but I wasn't thinking, so not a big deal at all, really. But hey, so yeah, now in comes his Tyranitar again, and I'm just gonna go for a yawn again. Hey, maybe I can live a hit, but of course that's not gonna happen. I know that's not gonna happen. So he does KO there, and I'm gonna go out to my Mineshadow now, and hope that my high jump kick hits. Because if I went this far and then high jump kick missed, and then it was all down to whether or not his Fire Blast would hit my Scar Armory. That would just be terrible. But High Jump Kick does hit, and that's the battle. 2-0, I believe. So yeah, good game, Eric. That was fun. Glad I did that. Glad I battled you because it was a lot of fun, and it was nice to play someone that was really experienced for once. Yeah. Anyway, see y'all later. If you guys like this battle, comment, like, and subscribe. I don't know if Eric has a YouTube channel or not. I don't think he does. But if he does, he's a really good battler, which is why I had so much fun with this battle. Yeah. Check him out if you